The AI arena is now grappling with a critical conflict. One that's barely discussed outside the tech community, but is now gaining mainstream attention with a lawsuit. This issue has huge implications for the future of mankind. At least according to Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is suing OpenAI for breach of contract.
The fight between Elon Musk and OpenAI has entered a new round.
In February 2024, the American tech entrepreneur sued OpenAI, a nonprofit that he co-founded. Now, the bone of contention in this complaint is, since 2019, OpenAI, headed by CEO Sam Altman, established a for-profit arm and partnered with Microsoft. Now, Elon Musk has alleged that the internal designs of OpenAI's powerful GPT-4 model was kept a secret, except to the two stakeholders. According to the complaint, OpenAI's alleged secrecy is believed to contravene its founding agreement, which says its technology would be open source. That means the codes should be freely released. Musk takes issue with the company's decision to not only keep GPT-4 under wraps, but also to make it accessible only through a paid subscription.
I mean, this would be like let's say you funded an organization to save the Amazon rainforest, and instead they became a lumber company and chopped down the forest and sold it for money.
And to think that he was the one who named it OpenAI.
OpenAI refers to open source. Man, fate loves irony next level.
Some people might find Mr. Musk's crusade a bit counterintuitive. Why should developers share the results of their hard work for free? Well, in fact, this practice is much more common than you might think. In this video, we'll visit one of the top open source AI developers in the world to explore how it all works, and also break down the pros and cons of open versus closed source AI development, which, if you believe Elon Musk, is one of the most consequential issues for human civilization. Open source has been the bedrock of software development for years. It's behind many of our techs. Whether you're browsing the web, playing videos, building websites, or buying Bitcoin, chances are the softwares you use have open source elements. A 2022 report suggests that 80% of IT leaders expect to increase their use of enterprise open source software.
They really love open source. They are really enthusiastic.
So why do tech people prefer open source software? Is it simply because they're free? I decided to talk to a company that uses open source AI in China. I'm not littering. This bottle will become important later on in the story. This company claims to make an AI cleaning robot that truly understands human commands.
Now it is really awkward for you that you just cannot tell your robot to come over and take care of the mess just in front of you.
That does remind me of the times I had to wait for my home cleaning robot to get to the cat hair on the ground. Oh, come on. Okay, now show me how your robot does it. So how does AI make this robot smart?
Okay, so this is what we provide here. This is a general robot's brain.
Atop an otherwise conventional cleaning vehicle rests a device equipped with cameras and sensors. These components transmit data to a processing unit that's embedded with an open-source ChatGPT-like language model called Qwen, created by China's tech giant Alibaba. As with all such AI tools,
we can simply tell the robots what you want in natural human language, and it can understand it.
Let's see if it can pick up the bottle I just threw away, just by us telling it to.
清扫一下3号楼前的矿泉水瓶。
Alright, now this is a live feed. It's now received the command. Oh, it's now on the move. As the camera locked onto the bottle, the sweepers activated automatically. Oh. Whoa, it actually did it. It knows where building 3 is, it recognizes the bottle, it did what it's supposed to. I asked this entrepreneur why he uses an open source AI model, and he gave me a simple answer: its ability to be customized. Now imagine this box is an AI model. If you use a closed source one like GPT-4, all you can do is send in a command and then get a response from the other end. But an open source model allows you to look inside the box, to evaluate and modify all the codes, so it will respond to you the way you want it to.
closed source large language model just cannot work in this way. It cannot open the black box of the model, so we cannot tune the parameters of the model.
Qwen is hoping that by being open source, it can attract a loyal developer base that in turn helps it hatch more great applications. Another startup in Hangzhou is employing Qwen to imbue their robotic arm with the intelligence to comprehend and carry out commands, such as heat a cake in the microwave. Other developers are experimenting with many more new use cases.
And they can report problems back to us, and then we can develop better models. So it is more like a cycle.
I then visited Alibaba, the company that developed the large language model Qwen.
Yeah, now our latest Qwen 1.572 billion parameter model, it is now the top 10 model in the chatbot arena from UC Berkeley. And it is also the only model from China in the top 10. And also we have another leaderboard called OpenAI leaderboard hosted by Hugging Face. And you can find the top 3 models that are fine-tuned from Qwen 72 billion parameter model.
So the top 3 are third-party modifications of your model?
Yeah, the top 3 models.
The French-based Hugging Face is an industry-leading platform that hosts a library of AI models. Its CEO Clément Delange said that many of the best open-source models have come from outside the USA. Alibaba has now built an AI community platform similar to Hugging Face called Modelscope, where developers worldwide can upload their AI tools and hold discussions with Alibaba program engineers about them.
每天会有多少的开发者来咨询关于开发的问题啊？
会有大概几百个吧。这也是我们去做开源社区的一个很大的意义。如果想要把中国国内的开源AI 做好，那么其实我们国内的开发者数量是远远不够的。
The Modelscope team belongs to Alibaba Cloud, a subsidiary of Alibaba, and is one of the world's largest cloud computing companies. Their servers not only store these third-party AI models, but provide computing power for them to run on.
因为我们也承认，就是在那个 ChatGPT 出来的时候，我们国内的所有的模型的水平其实都是参差不齐，也是远远落后 ChatGPT 的。所以我觉得在那个阶段下，大家就需要把目前已有的技术开源出来，让大家可以去众人拾柴火焰高，站在别人的肩膀上，或者贡献自己的肩膀，让大家去追赶最新的一个技术。我觉得这也就是一个开源精神以及开源社区的一个魅力。
While their cause is going to win over the hearts of many developers, having a large number of servers and a team of top engineers cost a lot of money. So I asked the most obvious question.
开源既然所有东西都免费的，那这个东西是怎么赚钱的？可以用什么样的商业模式来变现呢？
第一点就是提升整个阿里的一个技术影响力，让那些可能本身在追求技术发展的一些公司，可能因此对阿里充满好感，在一些商业决策上会更考虑跟阿里去合作。那第二个的话，因为你也知道，阿里云就是做 AI 的一个基础设施，它其实就是一直在提供算力的。开发者不仅是可以用我们平台上免费的算力，如果它不够用的话，它肯定也是需要额外去采购一些算力。
Challenges for this business model of selling cloud computing power is expected to rise. As AI models grow more sophisticated, the need for computing power is projected to skyrocket, lifting costs for Alibaba across the board. The company says the future of business model depends on how the AI industry grows.
Because this thing is something, a new stuff, and it is actually really fast evolving.
After exploring how an open-source AI ecosystem works, I wanted to take a deeper look into the controversy surrounding Elon Musk's lawsuit against OpenAI. Why is there a pivot away from open source for the company? A reason might be safety. Last May, the CEOs of OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic, 3 of the most prominent AI labs, signed a statement that warned that AI could be as risky to humanity as pandemics and nuclear war.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
If AI would one day get so powerful like these companies claim, then open sourcing does carry a fair amount of risk. Because if all the codes of an AI tool are made public, they stay on the internet forever.
It is very conflicting issue because people may use open source large language model to do something bad. You cannot stop from it.
So if OpenAI wants to withhold GPT-4 in the name of security, then Elon Musk would surely agree, no? Doesn't Musk himself talk about the existential risk from AI all the time? Well, as it turns out, what Musk deems even more dangerous for humanity is for such a powerful AI to be tightly controlled by a single, for-profit company.
Let's say they do create some digital superintelligence, almost godlike intelligence. Well, who's in control?
Elon Musk's fear of a monopolized super AI is evident. The complaint mentioned his belief that OpenAI is developing a secretive algorithm called Q-Star, and the security concerns over this powerful project was somehow behind OpenAI CEO Sam Altman's surprise firing in 2023, one of the most high-profile and enigmatic corporate dramas in recent years, raising questions over OpenAI's management of the company and its technologies.
Came as a complete surprise to everyone.
So, Mr. Musk believes that OpenAI's current secretiveness is not the responsible way to address AI risks. All right, enough with the dramatic editing here. Let's change the tone. There are AI labs who open source but do not share Mr. Musk's worries. A prime example is Meta. Its CEO Mark Zuckerberg said he doesn't understand the AI doomsday scenario, and that those who hype them up are, quote, pretty irresponsible. The company's chief AI scientist, Yann LeCun, a Turing Award winner, even said that fears over extreme AI risks are preposterously stupid. US officials had once warned Zuckerberg about the ethical implications of publicly releasing its AI model last year. And a month after that warning, Meta just straight up offered its next generation Llama 2 chatbot for free. Many saw that as an emphatic stance for open source. In a subsequent blog post, Meta explained why they believe open source actually makes an AI system more safe, not less. Because developers and researchers can stress test them, identifying and solving problems fast as a community. The industry aphorism here is given enough eyeballs, all bugs are shallow. In a word, these people believe that AI risks are overblown and should not infringe on the open source spirit.
What works against this is people who think that for reasons of security, we should keep AI systems under lock and key because it's too dangerous to put it in the hands of everybody. That would lead to a very bad future.
The potential significance of AI in the future is such that it could be elevated to the status of indispensable technologies like electricity and the printing press. Consequently, ensuring open accessibility to AI for individuals across various ethnicities and regions could have a profound impact on fostering global equality. That appears to be part of China's official position on AI. Last November, the country's Vice Minister of Science and Technology, Wu Zhaohui, said at the first UK AI Safety Summit that countries, regardless of their size and scale, have equal rights to develop and use AI. We call for global cooperation to share AI knowledge and make AI technologies available to the public on open source terms.
I think the open source strategy is very important in the AI era.
Zheng Yi was a member of the Chinese Summit delegation to the UK. He is also one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people in AI, and an expert at the United Nations high-level advisory body on artificial intelligence.
If we wanted to push forward, the development of AI, we have to give the opportunities not only to provide services for these countries, the global south countries, but also to provide them, how to do the fishing.
An open source model can allow smaller developing countries to train their own AI systems, weed out potential biases in the algorithms, fine-tune them for their own needs, and not totally depend on foreign services. In short, no country should have AI as a fundamental resource subject to the whims of a few corporate executives at AI companies.
So what is the word open in OpenAI mean? And what does it mean to you now?
I would definitely pick speaking of going back with an oracle, I'd pick a different name with that.
The conversation over this topic is far from settled. After the corporate and legal dramas, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman finally went on a podcast and shared his views on the open source debate.
Open source or not, yeah, I think we should open source some stuff and not other stuff. It does become this like religious battle line where nuance is hard to have, but I think nuance is the right answer. I think there is definitely a place for open source models, particularly smaller models that people can run locally. I think there's huge demand for. I think there will be some open source models, there will be some closed source models. It won't be unlike other ecosystems in that way.
Indeed, upon closer look, it seems the industry's divide is sometimes not as clear-cut. Many companies possess both open and closed-source AI models.
We actually open source a lot of models, but we have better models internally. We are actually an open source company, but also a closed source one.
There's going to be a balance between open and proprietary innovation. And the issue in front of almost all AI developers is, where do you draw the line on what you're willing to share? The question whether to open source future AI development remains a highly divisive issue among policymakers and AI researchers around the world. But it is a topic that will only get harder and harder to avoid as AI models get more powerful in the future.